When we first got there, we split off. Anna went her own way. Ty and I went and started on the 4th floor. So we actually got K2 hits along the 4th floor. In the same area that we were getting K2 and the receiver was going off, we decided to have an Estes Method because why not, you know, try to get that communication, it just added to the confusion. So we took a break and we spoke to Ashley Brooks because we thought that she could, you know, conference in with us and give us some guidance and try to lead us where to go.
Help! We're safe, we just need assistance.
Yeah, I'm happy to help. Let me see if I can hear what's going on and then we can figure out a game plan.
Ashley Brooks has worked with us since the beginning. She was one of the ones that founded Haunt Me. She does work with tonal cosmology. We can always touch base with her when we need to.
So basically, we want to open up communication, you know, like every investigation ever. But here, we're getting stuff, it's just not, they aren't cooperating. I don't know if that's on purpose or not. Ty just did an Estes Method and he was touched a lot.
It's been a while since like I got jostled like that, I think.
Yeah,
so,
the more that you can.
That was me.
Oh, okay. I just keep hearing stuff over here.
I thought it was
Like,
over there.
Yeah,
but
I'm so sorry, Ash.
No, it's okay.
It's, like literally there's like ghost noises coming from the left side of me right now, like a low moaning. And so it's just like...
Excuse us, there's a low moaning.
Excuse me. I'm so sorry, Ash. Keep going.
It's good. You know, things are obviously wanting to interact and let you know that they're there. So that you got that step out of the way. That can be the hardest step in some places we're at, you know?
Is there a way that we can help him? Like he's fine. Like he even said earlier, his spirit is fine. But you know how you like can't shake something even though you're fine, you're still like vibrating with it?
If you want to do some Reiki, I could I have some tuning forks here. I could like hit a tone and you know, just do like a few spoken words to help kind of center you guys and get you in alignment. Before we start, what is your ultimate goal while you're there?
I think we each have a different one. My ultimate goal is to open a line of communication for the first time in my experience here with someone who has a story to tell. That's what I want.
Mine was to see like what my perception was going to be. Basically, I just needed to know how I would react and see this place in.
For me, it's sort of either supporting or unraveling a lot of the legends that have been built up and surrounded by here.
Okay, so clarity, communication, truth. Okay, so I'm gonna hit the C tone, which is associated with the root chakra. That's gonna help ground us in to kind of get really present, and then I'll kind of do a little spoken word, maybe if Carol wants to assist with Reiki while we do this. And then I'm going to hit a tone to open the third eye to allow for greater insight midway through, just so you're aware of what we're doing.
Okay.
All right, so I'll invite you all to close your eyes and ground in. Feel your body, the weight of it on the ground or the chair. Notice the places it connects with the floor below you. Take a deep cleansing breath. And the exhale, just releasing all of our preconceptions about where you're at, all of the tension that's built up. Move into a state of quiet observation, opening up all the senses to be heightened, and yet maintaining the knowing that you are perfectly safe. Nothing can harm you. And now, with this tone, to open up third eye allowing for insights to be revealed through the inner eye and mind. Take another deep breath. And a nice long exhale. Your next breath. Keeping your personal intention in mind, and you will be able to safely communicate. Here tonight and tomorrow.
It was great to talk with Ash because she has such a calming nature to her that our Skype session with her in the heart of the building, we were in like the lobby of Waverly Hills and bumps and cracks and everything's going on around us. But having her there helped me focus and calm down and really reset on what my goals were for the night so that we could continue our investigation long into the morning.
There is a new moon happening. It's technically happening very early tomorrow morning. So, you're going to feel it building, though. You're going to feel that energy building. And the new moon in general is very much inward and finding answers within. So I think the more that you can kind of, as scary as it is, to close your eyes and just kind of sit and meditate, see what you come up with. And I think it would be powerful to do that and then to see if the tech answers that you get line up with what you are, coming to. So tomorrow night, you're going to have a little bit more of the waxing moon energy, which might be a little more social, but tonight's energy is a bit more inward, which is why it's probably good to do more of that, like personal searching and meditating and trusting your intuition tonight, whereas tomorrow might be more like extroverted, more social, more of like group interactions and things like that.
That sounds great. You gave me an idea already.
Go on.
Do you have your own saves? Next time you guys put me under, can you put me in a barrier of Ogham? Like circle me with them or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, that's usually how I meditate. It's not physically with the staves, but my place of meditation in my mind is surrounded by the trees themselves. So that sounds completely logical.
Ash always has great advice, and with her knowledge of spiritual and magical practices, having her there was really important. I took what she said to heart to really connect with the spirits there and see if we could find an answer.
Thanks, Ash. We'll see you when we get home. We'll do a recap. It was getting very late in the night, and we had to come up with an additional plan to cover more ground fast. So with the bumps and knocks that were happening during our conversation with Ash, Anna stayed on the first floor to investigate what was going on just on the periphery of us. Carol took the opportunity to go explore 502, the legend there, of course, with the nurse. And we really hadn't spent any time on the third floor yet, and so that's where I focused my investigation because we really needed to cover all the ground of Waverly Hills.
Ty said he felt somebody in here, so I want to take some time. If you're here with us and would like to have a conversation, have a seat in that chair right there. I'd be happy to talk to you. I have a board in front of me. Should be pretty easy to use.
So this year, I was really excited to kind of make my own tech. And what I did was pull together a couple of temperature sensors connected to LED lights, and with the help of several people, programmed it to respond to changes in temperature. So what it'll do will read the room's temperature, and then if the outlying temperature gauges vary, the lights will light up. And the idea is to utilize it to communicate with spirits and really see if we can get a conversation going.
Can you tell us who you are? I can't even see. It must have been security.
Turn your light down.
Yeah, there's like, no, that's my. Hello?
Okay, goodbye. Oh no, please don't. Okay, listen, I didn't want to be up here right now. I'm trying to get to the 5th. Where's the staircase to that? I'm also out of breath. That was a long walk. The elevators are out. Holy shit. Hello? Actually, you know what? No, my job is the 5th floor. What the fuck? Nope, no. No. Don't do that. Don't do it! Please fucking don't. I just want to get to the stairs. I feel like Johnny gave me the wrong information. What is this? There's a staircase going up. We're going up.
This is just eerie, you know? I know you're all looking to heal. It's pretty late at night, but I just appreciate you letting me spend some time here with you all.
Come over here and press one of these buttons for me. Choose one of the ones on the right. The ones on the left have a life of their own. Come here. I'm here to talk. Yeah, but before that sounded like a shuffling. But we can't go over there. Was that you? That feels like that might have been legit. It's just pipes. It's gotta be. Right? Like, can't even go down that way, right? No. If you're here, come forward.
It's an animal, right? Can...
You want to get up?
No, I don't want to get up. Do you want to get up?
No.
Okay. I want to talk. My logical brain wants to say that I'm alone. But part of me feels like I'm not. Can you come over here and tell me I'm not alone?
.502. The famous 502, where a legend is, unfortunately, a nurse committed suicide here. But that's the legend. This is the famous 502.
There's a lot of things I've heard about 502. I've heard that a woman has hung herself because she was pregnant and contracted tuberculosis. I heard that she hung herself because a doctor that worked there impregnated her. It's worth going up there to check it out. I mean, A, just in case. What if this is real and not a legend? B, just to see what you get. I mean, you don't know what you're gonna get. You either get nothing and you debunk it and you say, well, that's that. Or you get something.
There we go. All I'm supposed to do is turn it on. So I'll put that right next to the door frame as well. Did you hear that? Hello? What the fuck? Hello? Well, it's okay. Just come on in. It's interesting.
Okay, so if anyone's listening, I'm going to use this device. It's going to make a little bit of weird noise, honestly, but that helps me tell from like a technological standpoint instead of just my gut that you're nearby, so I can know where to plop down and have that conversation. So I will bring my audio recorder as well, and if there's a spot where you want to sit down and have a talk so I can learn that story, we can do that.
So the new device that I'm using is a wideband receiver. It translates RF electromagnetic energy that's in the landscape around you into audible sound. The cool thing here is that different levels of electromagnetic energy come across as a different sound. My hopes there is that different types of spirits will also come across as a different sound as well.
Good, everybody, I'm going to do one lap. If you want to talk with me, make a bigger noise or a continued one, and I'll stop and talk with you. It's as good a hit as any. You go in here. Is this your room? Can you keep touching that if this is your room? Closet? It's a big room. I'm gonna remember this room for the team later. Is the smiley face, weird symbol room with the closet. Hi Jen, hi Deb.
Hi, Ty.
Hi. Yeah.
Hi, Jen. Hi, Deb. Hi, Carol.
I was here before in 2009 with my first paranormal group, which had Ty in it.
A decade is a long time for memories to start to slip away from you a little bit, and I remember the highlights of Waverly, but not all of my experience. So that's why we reached out to Jen Elliott and Deb Rossi, who have been on the show before. They are actually seasoned investigators and accompanied Carol and I to Waverly the first time. Talking to them, we wanted to get a greater scope of what their experience was like 10 years ago, because we were very new into the paranormal field and they were much more seasoned at the time.
I've thought about Waverly quite a bit since being there, but there's some moments that really like resonated or perhaps caused scar tissue mentally, because it was so active and I was so unprepared as an investigator going there. So what are some highlight places that really stuck out to you the first time we went?
The top floor, the 5th floor, where the children were, and also, like, is that where the nurse supposedly hung herself?
Allegedly, yep.
Yes, allegedly. It was just, I don't know, it seemed active, but not in such a really scary way for me. That, I don't know.
That top floor where you got touched is also where Mandy thought I pushed her when we were posing for that photo.
Right.
We were posing for that photo.
So I don't know if it's children, the energy of the children. It was active, but just didn't seem as dark as other stuff.
I would echo that, because it was active, but there was a bit of levity to it, in that, and I only say that because I have, a decade-old memory of being on the top floor and trying to think a way around how to get back to the car at the end of the night without having to go back through 4 floors of hell.
Right.
Deb, I want to know, after all these years, what has stuck with you?
I mean, I remember being impacted by the operating rooms. I remember being impacted by the morgue, and I also remember being impacted in the body chute. I felt a lot in that, and I feel like we could have gotten more maybe if we hadn't been so many of us at one time, or I'm not sure, but it was I definitely felt a lot in there.
The first place we went, that little room with that weird clown, we sat down and we heard that woman scream. All of us heard that woman scream down the hall, and that was the very beginning. And I felt like such a badass, like, oh, I'm gonna go in the morgue, I will be put in the morgue. And then when I got there and I had to be put in the morgue, I was like, oh my God, counting every second until you guys came back.
What would your advice be to us to go again?
Be respectful, and take it very seriously, and be really, protective before you go in and afterwards.
Yeah, so you just have to be careful.
Just like my dream.
Last time we all walked away with very different experiences, and I know some of us brought a little bit of baggage from Waverly Hills back home to Maine with us, and I am part of that. So we were on the lobby floor and I was looking down one of the hallways. I saw a man standing there in the hallway. I turned back to Carol and Jen and Deb, my team, to let them know what I was seeing, and kind of honestly expecting when I turned back for him to be gone, but he wasn't. Instead, I waved and he just walked into one of the rooms. So Carol came with me and we went and followed this person. There was no one there. It was just as eerie as Waverly Hills is, and I really didn't think anything of that. Coming home for the next few months, every once in a while, I was having these dreams that someone was standing behind one of the curtains in that room. There was moonlight spilling into the room. The room was much taller than it was in real life, but those red velvet curtains were there. They were all tied up except for one was draped down, and that is the one where the thing was waiting for me. And so in these dreams, I just remember being horrified, my heart pumping, waking up in a cold sweat because I would never make it to the curtain.
The long and short of all of it is that the dreams don't happen anymore. God forbid they start again, but I don't know why they happen. I have no answers of like who was behind that curtain or who that bald man was and why he led me in here to kick off that weird series of dreams. I have no information on that, and I would love to know who tried to contact me in such a weird, unacceptable way.
All right, we can help.
Okay.
So simple. Yeah, all right, let's do this.
Right.
We go through a lot when it comes to these investigations. While some of them are pretty easy and standard, some of them aren't. And over the years of getting to know Ty, I recognize that the moments after his initial investigation at Waverly had really affected him. So it was important as not only a paranormal team, but as friends to go in there and support him in his goal to face whatever had haunted him over these years.
So as we sort of begin this journey for Ty, I just want to take a moment and sort of like focus on what our intentions are with this. You know, we have a mix of crystals, we have a mix of...
I just heard I'm gonna get you, but we're not gonna play that game.
Staves.
Did you hear what he said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Surrounding him, these are purely to focus on what is here so he can help process and grow through this. To the spirit who
One asks one.
reached out to Ty 13 years ago, we'd like to connect with you now. We'd like to hear from you and hear what you had to say. What did you want to tell Ty when he visited here 13 years ago?
I'm doing his heart from the back to more open, and I'll do his crown for hopefully communication, or so he could get like downloads or whatever. Impressions.
We heard you.
Thank you.
It's almost time now. Cold, cold.
Reiki was the only thing that I really felt that I could contribute. Even if I could only share my own energy with him to keep him calm, or, you know, protect the space around us, or just fill him full of confidence.
What information were you trying to relay to Ty?
Enough.
Do you think he understood?
Sure.
I don't know how to guide this.
Is there a doctor here?
He's done enough.
Is there a doctor? What was that?
What was that? That's possibly the weirdest thing we've heard all night.
I'm here. You can speak with him.
Are we speaking? Can we speak to the doctor?
Throaty growl.
What is your name?
Oh man.
Are you from here? What is your name? What is the doctor's name?
Sir. Find me.
Jesus.
It sounded just like that, guys.
Fuck. That gave me cold chills.
We're not going anywhere. If you have something to say, you can say it right now.
They hooked him up.
To what?
Lay at your hands.
Are we speaking? Is the doctor speaking right now?
Demon.
Are you lying to us?
Don't make us get out our rosary beads.
Girl, I gotta
Back
sit
away.
Back away.
Back yourself away.
Let me shred him.
Whoa, you can fuck off.
Who are you, Annie?
All right, here's the deal. You're not gonna touch us. If you
Fight.
have, you're not gonna touch us, and you're not gonna touch Ty.
Church.
If you want to have a conversation, we
Is
can.
that what you like?
I'm gonna draw a cross on his back.
How rude.
Why is this flickering? Why is this flickering?
Oh my God.
Why is this flickering?
Hurt me.
Sorry.
He said hurt me after I drew the cross.
Get out of here.
I did the cross because I know his relationship with his grandmother and his grandmother's faith, and I just felt like this would bring it was mostly for confidence and for our own protection, not as we were scared, but we were just assertive about it.
Let's slow things down.
Where is the doctor?
He's a baby. Wait till we get him. Tentative.
What's,
I think that was the barometric
Go.
pressure or the temp.
Oh, is it coming off of this? I
Yeah.
couldn't see it.
Yeah, it was. I can't remember.
That's
what's
funny.
The blue part.
listen, the doctor.
Everything went silent.
Ty isn't going to be afraid of this room anymore.
I see an eye. A really
saying.
scary eye. This is Ty.
Yeah, we're not scared of this room, and he's not either. In fact, he's going
Let's
through
bleed him.
He's going through all of this to overcome it. So, and it looks like it's working. So if you want to let us know who you are, now's your chance.
Well, here's the deal.
Vectors.
Vector.
Anna.
What?
This whispering too low for me to hear.
What? Say it louder.
Pray.
You want me to pray?
We love that.
Who do I need to pray to?
Damn you. Fuck.
Ew, I just drew a cross on his back. When he said that.
Who do I need to pray to? So, here's the deal. This is it. We're done with this. You're not going to bother him. You're not going to bother us. You had your fun and that's it, okay? So after this session, you are going to step back and you are going to stay stepped back.
Our Estes sessions can be so confusing sometimes. Even if we didn't get exact results as to what Ty was facing, I think the practice of facing his fears was just as effective.
This is fine.
In everything that is the paranormal is intent based. And so when I left, I wanted to just kind of move the curtain, open it up, and just kind of like let that energy go, and just in no way, shape, or form beholden to that spot or that dream ever again.
It's not the sole reason, but I think a big part of why we were here and exploring Waverly has a lot to do with both of your stories, but specifically with your, your interactions and what followed after your investigations in the past.
That's fair.
So we did take the time to kind of approach that and see what we could find. We got like a lot of I'm a demon, demonic kind of style things, which gives us a lot of pause, right? Because of how inflated that is, not only from the media, but honestly from Christianity, Catholicism. Demons are bad, things like demons are everywhere. Do we really know if that's true? And do even to the point of like, do demons even exist? Mm-hmm. But if we think about this entity approaching you and essentially following you in your dreams and creating fear for you, for the people in the room, for me, like saying something like demon does strike a chord with me. So is it really a demon, or is it just trying to feed fear factor?
Yeah, I go with, it knows what to target. Just like, anybody with a personality trait that preys on your weakness. They know
Right.
what to target. And someone that's passed over knows better than we do what to target. They can sense you and feel you. And they'll say demon.
Absolutely.
You have, a Catholic in the room, or recovering
Ex-Catholic.
A recovering
A recovering Catholic, yeah.
But
the voices that were coming through were being very obviously threatening, which is like why I sat in that position, because
right there,
right,
intent.
Right, it's the intent.
Intent to see if these are still here. They intend to show you, and we got this.
What we asked for, we got from that situation in the weirdest way, right? It's like, no, we didn't ask for demons, but we asked to understand what originally triggered me so bad, what pocket.
Which would be something demonic.
Right, exactly. Something that wants to appear that way, at least, And so it's funny because when I was in it and I'm hearing those words, and Carol, I could feel her drawing the cross on my back. It was one of those things where I was consciously thinking about, like, the point of the Estes Method is to not use your brain. It's to be a mouthpiece for the other people that are using their brains. But when stuff comes up like that and it's repeatedly saying demon, 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 even as the mouthpiece, you kind of start to understand the intent of what the speaker is doing.
Yeah.
And that was to scare you guys. And so there's just one point where, like, that was happening where you really have that moment where you're like, is it adding to our investigation to say these words? And I do think that you should always say it.
Yeah, absolutely. Let us figure that out.
Exactly.
Do you feel like you have answers? Do you feel like you have faced what has kind of haunted you over the years?
I would say not only did you guys let me face it, you guys let me embrace it. And I think that's more powerful.
Mm-hmm. Do you think we communicated? Do you think it was a single entity, or?
I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Being under it felt like a mishmash of Picasso level fear, like a bunch of different things coming out to create a reaction. And I think the difference between now and over a decade ago is that the reaction that it created isn't the one I think it wanted. How about, like, if this reaches you, things might feel dire, and, like, talk about their situation that they're in? Is that okay?
So at the end of the first night, we really felt, based on the rune reading, based on Carol's feelings, that we wanted to kind of leave an impact and really kind of show the spirits before night 2, when we went back in, what our real intentions were. And much like what we did in Penhurst, it was really nice to create a gesture at the end of the night there for anyone to just feel the energy that we put into that moment. We decided to instead pen a letter from our heart to the spirits that might reside there, the workers who used to help patients there, and as well as the patients who used to live there throughout the rest of their lives. There's so many people that have come through Waverly Hills and are going to come through in the future. Hiding the note here gives it an air of permanence. And while we might come into Waverly Hills with all the best intent in mind, we're only here for 2 nights. And what we wanted to do was put our intent in a place instead of putting our intent in a time.
To whom it may concern, we're reaching out because things may seem dire, and we would never diminish your experience, but if you're reading this, know that 3 strangers who you may never meet deeply care about you and the life that you are living. Where you can, find joy. When you can, laugh and hold happiness. Hold on to the parts of life worth living and let the rest go. Every moment you spend here is exactly what you make it, so embrace each day with the hope for another and relish every moment in between. We hope these words help you find the happiness you deserve. Your unknown friends, Ty, Anna, and Carol.
Good. That's well said.
Thank you.
To me, I feel like Ty and I stumbled on an idea that just feels so right in our gut.
It's pretty general, but this waiting for a message.
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal. It might almost be nice to, like, pen something.
If we leave something, no matter what place and time, someone will find it and it will have a good effect on them. And it does not have to be a living person. A a person on the other side can see us doing this and job done already.
Thank you. I'm really excited tomorrow to really delve into some spiritual practices. So I have an experiment that I would like to do where we invite the spirits that are already there. I'm not opening any portals, and just invite them to sit with us at the table. And so what I've utilized is where we've had such success with mirrors in the past. I'm pulling in 3 mirrors to represent chairs for the spirits and putting sigils on the back of them as we have done to really start to bring them into the circle with us. And I'm hoping we can really get a conversation started.
Not like hands around your throat.
Right. The fuck? Do me a favor and just yell something.
I don't have any reason to believe memory associations would leave us after death.
Anybody in here?
It's my hand. I'd like to shake your hand.
This will be a reminder for us and hopefully for future investigators that things are as they are.
Please, please leave me alone.